Hi, I'm Terry Birdwhistell. I'm Dean of Libraries at the University of Kentucky, and I'm fortunate enough to have 3 graduate degrees from UK in library science, education, and history. I was asked a few years ago why I'd never left UK. And I tell people that people spend their entire careers trying to get to a place like UK, and I was fortunate enough to start here. It was 40 years ago this semester that I began an unlikely journey as a student here at UK that would have me here as Dean of Libraries in 2012.
I started as a graduate student here at UK, and while I was a graduate student, I was fortunate enough to get a job as a student worker in the archives in the library. And so that's where I really got my start. Then in the summer of '74, they were running out of grant money, and they hadn't done too many oral history interviews, and they needed somebody who could come in and do a lot of interviews for very little money, and I was their guy. I began working almost full-time interviewing for the Oral History Project. Then I was the university archivist working on the history of UK. I never thought I would be the Dean of Libraries at the University of Kentucky. You know, it's nice that the university chose to move someone up from the inside, and it just puts even more pressure on me to make sure that I do what the library needs. We have to make sure that we leave the place better than we found it. So that's what I'm trying to do, is to make sure that we keep this library moving forward. We're in a fascinating time with libraries, with technology. Our students, our undergraduate students, are finding their information in a lot different ways than they did even 5 years ago. And so our job as librarians is to make sure that we can provide access to the information that our students and faculty need. And I think, part of our role here at the University of Kentucky is to graduate students that have both technical knowledge and have knowledge of disciplines, but also we want them to have an overall knowledge about how to get information and how to use information, because that will help them in any career they go in, and not to mention make them better citizens. I think the opportunity to interview university leaders over the last 35 years has given me insight into what people have tried to do to make this place work better, the commitment that it takes to make it work, and also the philosophy that at a place like the University of Kentucky, each generation plants seeds that the next generation harvests.
And it's just such a great honor for me to be here and to be around all these wonderful students that come to UK to start their careers, and I can be a small part of it. I'm Terry Birdwhistell. You'll look good in blue.